wasn't supposed to win. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, and he definitely wasn't family friendly. But somehow, a random Swedish college dropout became the king of YouTube. Today, this is the untold story of PewDiePie. A story of how one man broke every record and changed YouTube forever. In a bustling city square in Sweden, a young man stands behind a hot dog cart. He's got ambition in his eyes. But this isn't his final destination. This is Felix Gelberg, and little does the world know, he's about to become PewDiePie, a name that would redefine an entire industry. How did a college dropout selling hot dogs become the undisputed king of YouTube? A figure so influential, he could move markets and command an army of fans. This is a story of the man who broke the internet. Not once, but several times over. It all started not in a fancy studio, but in a small, unassuming room. Armed with a basic computer and a cheap microphone, Felix began his journey. The year was 2010. YouTube was a different beast back then, a wild west of content. While others were vlogging or making comedy skits, Felix found his niche in a new genre: Let's Plays. He wasn't just playing video games, he was sharing an experience, a raw, unfiltered reaction to the digital worlds he explored. His early videos were simple: just a man, a game, and his genuine, often hilarious, reactions. There was no high-end production, no fancy editing, just authentic entertainment. He'd shout, he'd laugh, he'd get genuinely scared. And people loved it. They weren't just watching someone play a game. They felt like they were right there with him, hanging out with a friend. This connection, this bro army, as it would come to be known, was the foundation of everything. Then came Amnesia, The Dark Descent. This horror game became his breakout series. His terrified screams, his hilarious commentary, and his alter egos, like Stefano, the golden statue, became legendary. Clips from his Amnesia playthroughs went viral. People who had never watched a gaming video in their life were tuning in just to see this Swedish guy lose his mind over virtual monsters. It was pure, unadulterated fun, and it was infectious. The growth was explosive. 1 million subscribers, then 5, then 10. The numbers climbed at a rate nobody had ever seen before. He was the first YouTuber to hit these milestones, breaking records left and right. Text overlays on the screen would struggle to keep up with the skyrocketing subscriber count. Each new video was an event, racking up millions of views in hours. He was no longer just a gamer. He was a phenomenon. His signature brofist at the end of each video became a global symbol of a new kind of community, one built not by corporations, but by a creator and his audience. But with great fame comes great scrutiny. As PewDiePie's influence grew, the mainstream media started to take notice, and they weren't always friendly. Headlines twisted his jokes, articles painted him as a controversial figure, and his every move was placed under a microscope. He was accused of being a bad influence. His content was dissected and often misunderstood. It was a difficult period. The king of YouTube, the guy who just wanted to make people laugh, found himself in the crosshairs of a media landscape that didn't understand him or the platform he ruled. The pressure was immense. For a while, it seemed to take a toll. The joyful, carefree creator was now defending himself, apologizing for jokes taken out of context, and navigating a minefield of public perception. Some wondered if this was the end of an era. Had the biggest star on YouTube finally burned out? Had the media won? But they underestimated one crucial thing: the resilience of Felix Gelberg and the loyalty of his bro army. This wasn't an ending, it was the beginning of a comeback. Felix took a step back, reassessed, and came back stronger. He diversified his content, moving beyond just Let's Plays. He launched shows like Meme Review, where he reacted to internet culture with a self-aware wit. And last week I asked you, which directly involved his community in the content creation process. He became a commentator on the very platform he helped build. He was more mature, more reflective, but the core of what made him special, his authenticity and humor, was still there, shining brighter than ever. He proved he wasn't just a flash in the pan. He was an entertainer who could evolve and adapt. And then came the great subscriber war. Out of nowhere, an Indian music corporation T-Series began experiencing meteoric growth. Their subscriber count was rapidly approaching, threatening to dethrone the individual creator who had held the top spot for years. What started as a simple numbers race turned into a global cultural event. It was David versus Goliath, the lone creator versus the massive corporation. The internet rallied behind him. The phrase "subscribe to PewDiePie" became a worldwide meme. It was printed on billboards, shouted at sporting events, and even hacked into printers. Fellow creators, from massive stars like Mr. Beast to smaller channels, all joined the cause. It wasn't just about one man's subscriber count anymore. It was a symbolic stand for the soul of YouTube, a fight to keep the platform's top spot in the hands of an independent creator, not a faceless company. The battle raged for months. The subscriber gap would shrink, then widen, as both sides gained millions of followers. PewDiePie released Bitch Lasagna and Congratulations diss tracks that were not just songs, but anthems for his community, filled with inside jokes and a fighting spirit. For a moment, it felt like the entire world was watching these two channels. In the end, T-Series did eventually take the lead, but in a way, PewDiePie had already won. He had united the platform, created an unforgettable internet saga, and demonstrated the incredible power of a creator-led community. He gracefully conceded, calling for an end to the meme and reminding everyone that it was all for fun. Today, the landscape of YouTube is different. New stars have risen, and trends have changed. But the legacy of PewDiePie is undeniable. From that small room in Sweden, he built an empire. He wasn't just the first to 50 million or the first to 100 million subscribers. He was a pioneer who showed the world that a single person with a camera and a personality could build a global brand and connect with millions. He paved the way for an entire generation of content creators, proving that authenticity is the most valuable currency on the internet. Looking back from the hot dog stand to the global stage, from the terrified screams playing Amnesia to the stoic leader of a digital army, Felix Kjellberg's journey is more than just a story about numbers. It's a story about passion, resilience, and the power of being yourself. He broke the internet, put it back together, and left it a more interesting place. And for that, he will forever be the king. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from the digital world. Thank you for watching.